Like,
oh god, I had something I was gonna do as soon as we went live, and I completely forgot what it was. I was gonna say something really angry at one of you or something, and like pretend we were having a fight, but
it was probably me.
Oh well, yeah, probably.
I missed the notifications, and I have to actually find the video myself. Oh, look, there it is, right on the front page. Awesome.
Yeah,
somebody's iPhone didn't miss, and I heard it go off.
I should
probably. Wait, son of a. All right, there it is.
Got 3 of them tonight. See, how do I pop out the live chat? There we go.
Yep, me too.
Amanda Craig. Hello, Amanda Craig. You're a new person. I haven't seen you before.
Welcome to the show where we call you out live on air.
You don't care that your name is now known to thousands of people.
Well, let's be realistic.
Yeah, I was going to say, like
tens of people.
30s.
It's hacks. He's just on the wrong profile. I did that last week.
I have like 6 Google profiles, so I know what that's all about.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's like when Mike came on, or when Steve came on, and he was like Justina Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. We're gonna go with it. Deal with it.
You have like Tinkerbell as your icon or something. Not the dog though. The actual.
No, it was the fairy.
Oh goodness! All right, well, you guys ready to rock and roll? Then, do you guys want to sync up? Who did we lose?
No.
Phantom. We lost Phantom.
Nah, he wasn't a real part of the show anyway.
And we just lost Phantom on our Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that anybody who actually donates to our Patreon has listened to us long enough not to take me seriously, like, ever.
If they take any of us serious, they have an issue.
No, right, seriously, guys, I love you guys.
Likewise, buddy. In 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see. Phantom, what you at? I'm just kidding. Lucas, what you at?
601.
Oh, I gotta put my banner on.
Steve, what you at?
2804.
And Justin?
I was somewhere around 3 minutes, maybe a little after.
It's like 5 minutes.
I put 3.xx. All right. Well,
I don't want to know what you're doing in your spare time over there.
Mega Man, like 20xx. God, Justin. All right, we're gonna get rolling, y'all. Let's get hyped, I guess. My Audacity, Lucas. You're first up on you, so be on ready for on deck.
Ready to go.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio. This is the first podcast of 2018, but it is also the best podcast of 2018. Welcome. If you haven't been here before, you're in for a doozy. Justin, how are you doing?
It's only gonna get worse from here, apparently.
You're probably not wrong. How are you doing, Justin? How's your year been?
It's been a year. Yeah, it's a lot of holidays, a lot of kids, a lot of toys, a lot of cleaning. It's been stressful. I'm exhausted, but I'm here and all gung ho for the show. So, and I have no punchline this week.
Likewise. Steve, how are you doing? Thank you for making it right off of work. I can see that you still. Well, never mind. I was going to make a work joke, but that might give you away. How are you doing tonight? Oh, God.
I saw it in the show notes. I couldn't resist.
See what I caused? See what I can do?
What else can you do, Lucas? How are you doing?
I needed it, by the way.
Besides the incredible power to distract my co-hosts, I'm also exceedingly good at video games, which hopefully some of our listeners can back up by last night's Splatoon matches.
Yeah, if you ever play Splatoon, make sure that Lucas is on your team.
Actually, to be fair, I think the star of our show last night was my friend Emily. She kicked butt like every match she was in. But yeah,
nice.
I don't know, gaming and living and infendoing.
Oh God. Slight tangent here, but my kids found out yesterday or the day before that I own a Switch. So the jig is up. I'm eventually going to have to share this.
What?
You kept that a secret?
Yes.
How?
They never saw it. They never saw it.
I need to learn that from my wife.
Wow.
I did because I didn't want to have to deal because they fight so much over the Wii U. I didn't want to have to deal with something else for them to fight over. So
see,
oh my God,
this is another
thing. Mario.
Well, they've seen Mario in other games.
This is another one of those moments where I was like, no, that's not true, because you were talking about how your kid was playing Breath of the Wild. And then I remembered you and Mike, like the weirdos that you are, own Breath of the Wild on the wrong system. So like
because we didn't have Switches.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't either. I waited like a good boy.
Yes, and it was worth the wait, wasn't it? Best game of 2017.
Yeah. Game of the year 2017. 5 out of 10.
Oh, shit.
We're going on. We're moving. That was 2017.
But the graphics aren't as good as Phantom Hourglass. You got to admit that.
That was like 2016. I'm out of here.
I guess you could say that our jokes this year have already surpassed last year's lifetime jokes. So.
Thank you. Please do something.
Speaking of things surpassing other things, remember the Wii U and how bad that sold like everywhere? Well, in Japan, the Switch's lifetime sales have now officially beaten out the Wii U's lifetime sales. So apparently in 10 months, maybe 11 now, the Switch has completely blown away 6 years worth of Wii U tryharding. Those final figures apparently were 3,300,000 roughly for the Wii U, and the Switch has now sold 3,400,000. So Switch is kicking butt. Switch is a great system, and that's why it's selling so well, because it's actually fun. So, yeah, that's kind of all I've got. Oh, wait, no, there's more. There's much more.
But wait.
Yeah. And this is all straight out the article, so forgive me for sounding like an article, but it's a staggering figure and comes hot on the heels of 2 other sales records, with the Switch having beaten the PS2's year 1 sales record in Japan and becoming the fastest selling console in U.S. history, with 4.8 million selling in American shelves. So the Switch is selling really, really well. And like we all just said, the reason for that is because it's a really cool system and it's fun to play.
Yeah, for sure. I like, there's way, did you guys see all the games that came out in the holidays? Like, there was so many like indie games. Like, there's almost too many games to play on it. Like I was saying before, like I want every game on the Switch, but hold on, pump the brakes a little bit. Just give me a little bit of time to breathe here. Like, there's that Zelda clone that just came out. What was that one called? Like Blossom's Tale or something?
Yeah, was that a Zelda clone? Because wasn't the Enter the Gungeon another Zelda clone? Or no,
Enter the Gungeon is just a straight up like dungeon exploration / bullet hell game. Yeah, it's a great game.
Then there's that.
Yeah, I really have my eye on. That might be my next eShop purchase, unless I, give in to the sales that are going on right now.
Well, and then
it's
there's
like
that
$10-15, right?
Right.
Then there's that slime. I don't know. We played it last week on Nintendo Tunes. It had a really good soundtrack.
What was it?
Yeah.
So
right.
I'll be getting that one at some point, but I just got Ukulele and I haven't even started it yet because other games.
Yeah, I just got Skyrim and I haven't started it yet. So
I've been playing like nothing but PUBG. I'm such a jerk, but I'm like addicted to that stupid game, and the desert map's so good. Anyways, but yeah, Wii U sucks, and the Switch release, sells a lot more than that. Like, it's a big surprise, right? Like, I'm surprised that it did it so quickly, I guess, but like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, let's move on. Not really much more to talk about there, I suppose. So I'll keep talking, and it's my topic's next. Let's talk about some hackers. Apparently, the Switch is going to be homebrew accessible soon, according to some hackers. Here's some caveats though, like you have to be on 3.0 or lower. If you play online games or if you care about playing any of the eShop games that are out, because that's kind of what the Switch is all about. You're out of luck. You have to have probably multiple Switches, I would suppose, to make this readily available. But in any case, it sounds like there's going to be a homebrew channel available soon. It sounds like you're going to be able to put like emulators and stuff like that. So that is interesting for sure. I wonder if it's going to lead to piracy at some point. But I don't know. What do you guys make of this?
That's a given. It's only a matter of time before it leads to piracy.
Oh, yeah.
And then Nintendo will start banning Switch consoles, and there's no way to get your shit off of it.
That's true, too. Which might be why they haven't changed that policy.
That's why I've never dabbled in hackery. Like, I would gladly hack my Wii U at this point, but I never want to hack my main system. Because I'm so terrified of like bricking it or having something awful happen to it,
Yeah, like I have a friend who installed Homebrew on his Wii, and I was so impressed with all the stuff that he could do with it, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because the Wii. I was still using the Wii at the time. I mean, now I might be willing to do it because we have two in the house, so if I hack one and break it, then I still got a backup, and plus all my stuff's been migrated over to my Wii U. But yeah, just the idea of doing that, and then if something goes wrong, you've got
Can I take a brief moment here to do something unconventional and interrupt, because we just got a massive patron tier pledged by one of our longtime listeners who wasn't previously a patron. Hack's Life just pledged $100 to us.
Whoa!
What?
Hey!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you.
So felt like I needed to throw that out there because holy crap.
You don't have to make up for what you missed. We greatly appreciate it, but you don't have to make up for it.
Yeah, by all means, change your pledge at any time, and I hope we live up to your standards, but my God, thank you.
And I hope you don't mind the fact that we pretty much just publicly called you out.
We do that here on this show, multiple times a show.
Yeah, 1,000,000 times thank you. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
So, back to the regular
Sorry!
Radio.
How do we transition from that?
If you pledge us that much money, we'll interrupt the entire show, force you to edit it in post, and call out your name live on the
Oh, that's incredible. So yeah, anyways, let's get back to the show for the last 2 minutes of this, if we can even make it that far, of this hackers talk. But yeah, so the Switch was hacked. They're gonna be hacked. Hacks hacked us. So anything else you guys want to talk about this, or
I was gonna hack I ended up getting a new 3DS a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
And I was going to hack my old new 3DS and saw how much work it was and said, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, apparently the 3DS isn't nearly as easy to hack as the original DS was, but a friend of mine had a hacked DS, and when I was playing Pokemon, he used to install Pokemon onto his and then trade them to me. So not only would I have, rare shiny Pokemon, but they would level up even faster. So
nice.
Right.
So those are still my favorite Pokemon games of all time because I didn't have to work too hard in them.
The Gen 4 DS?
Yeah, the Heart Gold was the one the Heart Gold, and I think I had Platinum at one point.
Oh, okay.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver were probably my favorite because I like that little. I don't know why I love the fucking Pokewalker.
I still have
and I love that. I still love that aesthetic. That's still my favorite graphic style in a Pokemon game.
The fact that you said that like you like those games the most because you didn't have to work very hard in them is like the exact opposite of why I even play Pokemon. Like,
well,
I live for like the 100-hour grind to get that one shiny. Like
or that one hidden ability.
Oh,
yeah, no, thank you. I just want to get through it. Just I mean, really, I don't do a whole lot of cheating in it. I just keep a Mewtwo in my party at all times. So if I'm ever close to death, I'll just,
Power through it.
Yeah, just like, all right, screw you guys, I'm blowing you all away.
Right. That's awesome.
But yeah,
So,
I've never hacked a system. The closest I've come to hacking a system was I installed Project M on my old Wii, which you pull the SD card out and there's no trace of it left. So
I'm going to move us into the next topic in the last 2 seconds we have here because, oh gosh, it's coming out of the wrong input. I got to change that. But,
get that look at. Oh God, I'm becoming Justin. 2018, what have you wrought?
Oh, good.
We're on like a body purification zone or something. I don't feel right.
Just accept
I was
it.
just gonna say, I'm kind of like you, Lucas. I won't hack anything until it like becomes like irrelevant. But everything that does become irrelevant, like my Wii's hacked, my Wii U's now hacked. I've put Illusion of Gaia on. That's the first thing I just put on.
I didn't even think to hack my Wii U. Is it hard?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I did hack one other thing. I hacked my Super NES Classic, so I've got like 70 games on it. But I haven't. But I didn't install any of the additional emulators. It's all Super NES games that run natively on the console. So,
right. All right. Well, Justin, why don't you take us into our next news topic and tell us about some gigabytes?
All right. You didn't want to segue into the other hackers story?
Whatever. You do whatever you want to do, Justin. I trust you.
All right. As we've discussed, and certainly has been discussed on the internet, there's a bit of a storage issue with the Switch, and I guess to kind of help combat that, at least as far as like additional data that needs to be installed on your system, Nintendo is bringing out 64 gigabyte Switch game cards, which I think we kind of all expected was going to happen eventually. I mean,
right.
The Super Mario 64 was 4 megabytes, but by the end of the console's life, we had 64 megabyte cartridges for like Conquer and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, this is good, definitely a good thing, because now a Switch card can hold as much as more than actually a Blu-ray disc. So like all of the great games of last and this generation can now just be, I mean, more or less ported over to the Switch. That'll make
not now, easier. Not until 2019 when its cards actually come out.
Right. Oh, I didn't get that far into it. So, all right, but I mean, still, can't be anything but a good thing right there. The article gives an example of LA Noire, which is 27.4 gigabytes on the eShop, and there's actually a warning: if you do not have an SD card in your system, you cannot download this game. Pardon me. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I think that it's awesome that these carts exist. I just wish they wouldn't have been delayed. Like it seems like some games really could have benefited from it already. Like it wasn't that NBA 2K game. Like didn't you have to download like a huge patch or something like that after even if you bought the cartridge version? So
well, I mean, patches...
although I bet you those cartridges are probably expensive though. I wonder if like what.
That was going to be my thing on it is, like that was the big problem with like the N64 was to get more data into the game. You had to buy a more expensive cartridge, and sometimes they rolled that into the consumer price. So like Donkey Kong 64 was like $70 or, something like that.
Right. Yeah, didn't Donkey Kong 64 come with the expansion pack or something like
that's
that?
Right. There was some other game that maybe it was Conquer or some other game that came on 64 megabyte cartridge that was like $10-20 more than all the other N64 games. But yeah, that's something that we kind of have to keep an eye on, because unlike a Blu-ray, which is always the same capacity no matter how much data you put on it, obviously a larger game card is going to cost more to manufacture, and Nintendo's going to charge the publishers more money in order to use it. So they might roll that into their price to us. So, you know, there's some
Right.
certainly some downsides to it, but you know, hey, this could be one step closer to getting like Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Nintendo Switch or something like that, or hell,
Right.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Hopefully, knock on wood. Please.
Well, is it? Yeah, right. No kidding. Well, these huge games, like especially these games of this generation, you're right. Like, I don't know that. Well, actually, isn't part of the reason why they're so big that they have to have such high res assets? Don't like maybe the Switch don't need that.
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, and then that's definitely part of it. There's, I don't remember what it's called, but there's a law to computing that the more space you have, the less compression and the more the developers will use, which causes them to make the, you know, storage capacity higher, which causes file sizes to get bigger. And, you know, like, you know, digital cameras, you know, when like a high-end digital camera was like 2 megapixels, which is good enough for like an 8x10 print, but now every camera is like 12 megapixels because you got 64 gigabyte SD cards in it. Why the hell not have a picture print large enough to, you know, print and put on the side of your house? You know?
Right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I think that this, I actually, you know, I went into this news kind of thinking it was terrible news. So, but you actually brought in my spirits, Justin. So thanks for that.
Oh, what, all right. What made you think it was terrible?
Well, just the fact
what made you
just the fact that it was delayed, you know, but I guess I kind of wanted it like now, but maybe the fact the more I think about it, maybe they delayed it to make it so it's not so expensive, you know, as you know, catch up, you know.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like, you know, all the people who bought like the super big expensive SD cards when the Switch first came out, and meanwhile I waited for a sale and got 128 gigabytes for $20. So
right.
That's what I did too.
Yeah, I think we all bought it on Black Friday, didn't we? Well, I did anyways. I bought
yeah, that's when I got mine. I think Mike and Lucas had theirs on the sale right before, though.
Yeah.
What, the Switch itself?
No, the SD cards.
Oh, the SD cards. No, I got like, dude, the day I got my Switch, I ran out to the store and I bought a big ass SD card, and I was like, this is mine forever. So.
All right, Steve. Well, why don't you take us into our next news topic?
All right, so there was
yeah, I got nothing.
Nice try.
Let's get a colorful display of this next news.
There we go.
There it is.
Speaking of millions of colors on screen at a time.
Leave it to Lucas and Justin to bring us back around. Super Mario Land 2 got a fan-done color treatment. It was called, I believe it's just called Super Mario Land 2 DX, essentially. But what they did was they took the game and they didn't just do like what happened when you plugged an original Game Boy game into a Game Boy Color, where it just takes the 4 shades of green and turns it into 4 shades of something else. They recolored everything like they did in Link's Awakening DX. It plays well. Like it plays just like it did on the original Game Boy, from what I can see. The details really bring the worlds to life, and each world, you know, those extra colors. Like when I was watching the video, I was surprised at how the worlds pop.
There are a couple of enhancements. I'm actually looking at the romhacking.net page for it. You can play as Luigi.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to bring up.
Oh, okay, I didn't read the article. So go ahead. I won't steal it from you.
So they also added Luigi, as Justin kind of brought up. And they actually, that's okay. They did bring back his signature. Well, they call it a long jump in the article, but it's basically where he jumps extra high. And that actually makes it interesting to get some of the secrets. And even some of the levels are really designed for Mario's jump. So to get through those as Luigi is actually going to be kind of an interesting thing. And I think that was everything I remember seeing. Was there anything else that I missed that you caught, Justin?
I think I mean, it reduces lag, so the game plays smoother. Aside from that, yeah, color, Luigi.
So I have a dirty secret to confess. This is actually, if I play this will be the first time I've ever played this game. So
play it.
Tagging on to that, I was going to say that like I played it once, but I didn't get a lot out of it because, like I was telling you guys before before we went live. I owned the original Mario Land that everybody hates on Game Boy.
I love the original Mario Land.
I freaking love that game, and I know part of it is because I was like 4 when I got it, and I just played the crap out of it as a kid.
Shut up your face.
But
your baby face.
But I love that game. Like, I got a Game Boy when I still lived in Vermont, and that says something because I've lived in Florida since I was like 5. But like, I loved that game. It was so much fun. I played 2 when I was in college. Is like a, hey, let's go back and play those games I never got a chance to play as a kid because I didn't have money or like free will or thought at that point. And like I liked it. It was a solid Mario game, but Mario Land was so unique to itself and felt so unlike like a traditional Mario game that when I played Mario Land 2, I was like, well, it's just a portable, Mario game. But I might give this one a try. I like the idea of adding in Luigi. I like the color thing. Like, I'm gonna download it at some point if I get bored of everything else.
Hey, Justin, do you know if you can play it on a Game Boy Color emulator, or does it have to be played on like PC?
Yeah, no, it said it on the very last line. I forgot to. I didn't paste it on there, but it says you can actually play it on original hardware, so you can play it on a Game Boy Color if you have like a cartridge.
You probably have to have something you can install it onto.
I've got.
Well, there's cartridge-based flash cards that you can buy for those.
I have one of those for my 3DS, and that's what I was hoping to play it on.
Wait, what were you? You were planning on playing a
I have a
cartridge on your 3DS?
No. I have a flash card, a slot 1 flash card that works in a 3DS.
That might involve some hacking in order to get that on there, but there's
emulators that you can. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, no, I want to play it for sure too. Like I said, I've never played it before, and actually, it looks really cool. I've really seen some of those enemies like that. I was watching that video as well, Steve, and like some of those enemies I haven't seen before. So it's like, interesting Mario lore that I feel like I'm missing out on,
It is a good game, and it's for a Game Boy game, it is pretty expansive.
Well, it looks like it has a really nice soft pastel color too. Like, it doesn't look forced or anything. It looks like it would look if it actually came out on Game Boy Color, which is
right. It looks roughly what one of those early like dual format Game Boy Color cartridges looked like Link's Awakening DX, where there's just enough color to make it pop, but not so much that they couldn't downgrade it for an original Game Boy. Right. Which, is basically what it is. So, yeah, I'm downloading it right now, and I can't wait to try it out. Where's my 8-bit though?
I saved that link for later.
Justin, why don't you take us to our next topic since you have it as well?
All right. Some of you may have heard about the secret golf game on the Nintendo Switch UI. If you haven't, basically, I'll kind of go through the simple parts, but if you what was it? Okay, I couldn't remember whether it was his birthday or his death day. On the day of Satoru Iwata's death, which was July 11th, if you did the direct-to-you motion with the Joy-Cons, it would unlock the NES golf game. Was it NES? Yeah, NES golf.
Yep.
The old black box golf game as a unlockable bonus. It was apparently one of the first games Iwata ever worked on for Nintendo. And of course, it was a tribute. There's a Japanese word for it. Is it in the article? No, It's basically a Japanese tradition to do these sort of tributes to loved ones who passed, and so they put it into the Switch's operating system. Unfortunately, it has been removed, so you will never get to access that again. But if you have not updated your your Switch firmware. Since you it was 4.0 that removed it. I thought it had to be like the original, like.
It looks like after 4.0, like they not only did they remove it, they like overrid it with a bunch of like random code. Apparently, is what the article I was reading said.
Okay.
And
Well,
and when we were first talking about this story, like, wasn't it said that like traditionally you were not supposed to access it anyway? Like it was there to provide kind of like good luck and goodwill, but it wasn't actually meant to be something that people experience. So maybe part of the reason why it's gone now is because really it was supposed to be more personal than that, you know?
maybe. Yeah, which is again a very Japanese thing to do. So
Maybe they'll give it to us for free once the virtual console, which has been delayed again, finally releases.
And on the plus side, we don't have to pay to play online for a while.
I'm with Justin. Like, the longer they delay it, the more free time I get with Splatoon and ARMS. So, like, you know,
right?
I don't get to buy Mario 3 for like
about...
the 8th time. But
yeah, I don't have to feel bad about continuing to buy virtual console games on my Wii U and 3DS. So that's also nice.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know. This game existed and now it's gone, but that was the loving tribute to Iwata.
For sure. I was gonna say too that I wonder if at some point they're just going to, you know, like unlock it since it's still kind of in the operating system. I wonder if they're gonna make it, I don't know, like some way fun to unlock it like they did before, but like maybe we just haven't figured it out yet, you know? I don't know. Maybe there's something else to this, you know?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm reading. Jacob Taylor in chat said, "There's so much honor and respect in Japan's culture. It's an insult to be put there, and so it's like, oh shit, I fucked up." So I think what he's saying is, you know, what I think Lucas was saying is that, you know, it was there to not to just be there and sit there and be, you know, the good luck charm on the system, and it was never meant to be accessed or played. So, but it was a really neat thing to, you know, on the day that I guess Day of Death isn't quite so macabre for Japanese, but you know, to do the direct to you, just I love the idea of that, and I wish I could have experienced it, but oh well, I've got it on my 3DS, so. Am I still here?
I guess that's that.
Okay.
Yeah, we just all stopped talking and nobody wanted to like put a cap on it. So
that's a good endpoint right there.
Right.
I mean, it's one thing when we're on like it's one thing when we're on like a YouTube video, but I'm thinking about the people that are like listening in, like, you know, that can't see us sitting there. They're just like,
you know, Lucas, there's shows out there that call that a pregnant pause that do it on purpose, so you'll check your iPod or iPhone.
Well, oh wow, that's
just
actually
not that
smart.
Coordinated.
Well, we're kind of like the Breath of the Wild soundtrack. We're like a minute in, it just goes dead silent for like 30 seconds. It's intentional, it's artistic, and you get it if you spend a little more time looking into the arts and you know.
And a little less time bitching about it.
All right. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna move into Nintendo. Take a little break because I need some water. Probably got to pee too, but we'll be right back and we're gonna play some games.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna go pee and
Definitely
I'm gonna
go slow news week.
So I'd like to terrorize you all while everyone is gone. Apparently.
Oh God, you gonna play Sonic music?
I wasn't, but that seems like a good idea. No, I guess I'll just tell you since they're all gone. Phantom brought up that we are $40 from having to lick our Switch cartridges at the end of each show. So,
oh God!
So maybe we should change that tier before it's too late. Like, I think I know how this is going to go down. There he is. We're gonna do it like we promised, and then like 6 months into it, we're all gonna start getting really sick, and we're gonna have to change it because like we've been licking the gaming equivalent of like bug spray. So,
oh God. I swear to God, EP Knothead, if you donate $40 just so we'll do that. I will have to do
There's no way our listeners are that.
There is a way.
They are wonderful. But
I will get
you gotta
a
know you can
computer
make
at
it.
work. I promise you that.
Steve, I like the way you just kind of were like, "Oh, you better not give us an extra $40."
Oh no, you didn't.
You better not do it. That'll really make us mad.
No, I'm fine with the listeners do it. I just don't want him to be the one to do it because I know him.
He's one of your real life friends.
Yes. Oh shit.
God.
How do I not have a ROM of Super Mario Land on my computer? I must remedy this.
Yeah, I know. We just got paid on Friday, by the way.
Who brought that up?
Oh, he did not have. He works with me.
Is that Silva in there or Little Joe? Someone is in my clothes basket and they're tearing it up from the inside out. It was Silva. Hey. And there she goes.
What are you getting torn up from the inside out there, Lucas?
Clothes.
I thought.
Thank you, Steve. Steve's just like, I'm not having it tonight. Like,
God, you are.
Oh my God!
You were a bigger buzzkill than Buzz Killington, Steve.
What the hell? While we're live and everyone can hear this story, Eugene's sitting with me while the show's waiting to start, and he texts Justin and he's like, "Hey, are you gonna be on tonight?" And Eugene just looks up at me with like this dead look in his eyes. He's like, "Justin just wrote me back. I was on your mom last night."
Oh. You guys could have only heard the conversation we had at lunch.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up, fearless leader?
I don't call me that.
Yeah, it's glorious leader. Get it right.
Oh.
He first beat what's the hardest video game on earth? Dark Souls. When he was 3 years old, he got a perfect game.
When I was a wee lad. Fresh out the womb, with controller in hand.
Just born, just like that was the sound of you playing the game.
I bet that sucked being born with a controller in your hand for your mom, because they weren't always wireless.
Yeah, it was ergonomic though, so it was okay.
I thought I just missed your mom joke. Yeah. I was busy downloading Super Mario Land 2.
What a tragedy that would be, Justin. You'd have to wait a whole 5 minutes for another one.
All right.
Longer than I had to wait for your mom last night.
There we go. Jason point.
You did it. You did it.
That's it, folks. I'm out. Have a good night.
Quality programming here at Infendo Radio.
As you can see, 2018 will be no different than 2017 was.
All right, are we ready to get this shit on with before Eugene loses his shit?
I'm curious to see how many songs we have from listeners this week, because
all of them.
I only was able to pick 3. So
really,
actually, I was only able to choose 3 songs. So there's 8 listener suggestions, I believe.
Cool. I'm guessing some of those are like loops from
Yeah, from the weeks past. Yeah, I tried to use all of it. So I need to do a test here real quick. Let me just see if this is gonna work, because I don't want to drag over this music if I don't have to. But at the same time, if I do, then I will. Just give me a second.
I'm sitting here hoping Eugene plays City Escape.
Oh, I meant to tell you. Guess what game I'm playing?
What game are you playing?
Adventure 1?
It's on 3DS. You told me to play it.
Oh, are you playing Zero Escape?
I acquired it. I'm gonna play it next. It's sitting in my console right now. I got it on a buy 2 get 1 at GameStop.
Oh, nice.
Go in with an open mind, and I hope you enjoy it.
I'm kind of thinking I might want to go play the other ones first. Should I? Or
I started with the second one, so I started with Virtue's Last Reward. Oh, okay, then you're all set. Like,
what is the first one's 9999 or whatever, right?
Yep. Yeah, the sequel has some elements from 999, but they're like way at the end, and it's actually going to be kind of cool for you if you like that game. So, yeah, don't like the third one. If you like the other two, play the third one. If you don't, because like it's good, but it's very predictable. Like they just kind of shoehorn in a bunch of stuff from the first 2 games. And they're like, here, resolution, because we're never making another. So.
I might just go for it. Tell me if you can hear this music real quick.
My hand failed.
It's gonna play here. Always use this app. Nope. Oh yeah. Okay,
You
cool.
should have just brought us in right there.
I know, right? Like right when it was supposed to.
We were actually all quiet.
Hey, hell, why don't I do that? I guess I can. I guess I will. So we're gonna get started with the music here. So shut up. Hello, we're back with Infendo Radio. Hopefully this music is playing in my Audacity. I didn't do a test first. If it didn't, well, we're fucked. But here we are, first Nintendo Tunes of the year. It's great. We're excited. We're really happy to play. And actually, just about all the songs our listeners suggested because we've had such a weird couple of last episodes that we had to bank all the rest of them. So here we are, actually, and I'm really excited because there's a lot of really cool tunes in here. So yeah, if this is your first time with us, what Nintendo Tunes is we have a bunch of games, and I have a bunch of songs from those games, and these guys are going to try and guess those games. So
keyword try.
Yeah.
Hey,
without
we
further
don't have
ado,
mics, so we actually stand a chance.
Sure.
No, we don't. We still have Luke.
So with further ado,
Yeah, with a little bit further ado, but hopefully the last ado, here we ado for you, Nintendo Tunes. Away we go.
I was waiting for 2 to be somewhere in there.
Okay, this one comes straight from me. I think it's going to be really easy. So let's start with this. No, let's do a little hard one first. Let's go with this.
I got a little hard one for you.
Easy. How's the audio? Is it too loud?
A little bit too loud, but not terrible.
Okay, let me find my window with my Wikipedia so I can tell you some shit about this game.
is it bad that I really want a hint?
Yeah, first hint is this was a Super Nintendo game.
I could.
Oh crap!
I was going to guess 50, so I'm already wrong.
Yeah, I was thinking like DS.
Your second hint and your first hint for my theme, because I've only got a few games on this list. Every single one of my games is Nintendo published and developed.
Oh crap!
All right.
Is this like Wario's Woods?
This is not. Here's your next track.
God, I'm gonna have to look up the composer when we find out what game this is because I think I know who did it.
Or you can just ask Eugene and it becomes a hint.
It wouldn't help me any. Who's the composer?
Composers are Ryoji Yamayuchi, Yamoto Kanika, and Yahami Yarahushia.
Oh, Yamari Yamauchi. I totally. Oh
Your
god,
Japanese
this
is
is
spot on.
this is Gooland 3: The Adventures of Morpheus.
Can we make a Patreon level that we reach a certain point and Eugene has to read at least one Japanese name?
Oh god!
Every episode.
Well, we're only $30 away or $40 away from having to lick Switch cartridges every episode. So get ready for that.
Has anybody
We're gonna
checked
swap
recently?
that out.
We might be there.
All right, here's your next track and your next hint. Okay, so this wasn't necessarily a game. I guess it was a game, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Are you serious? Is it like the Game Genie menu? Is it Mario teaches typing? Is it Mario
You're
preschool?
not far away.
Preschool
You're not too far
Mario
away with the
fun?
Game Genie menu.
Super Game Boy? Did that have anything if you didn't plug a game in?
Is it like the Game Boy camera attachment for the Super Nintendo? Is that a thing?
Yeah, Game Boy, Super Game Boy.
Stop if we heard you.
Here's the next track. Okay.
I don't know. Is this the
So-
Super Scope 6 cartridge?
Yes! Yes, it is!
I almost said Yoshi's Safari earlier. I'm like, no, this doesn't sound Yoshi enough. But
There is an age bias in this one. That was an age bias choice, Eugene.
Oh, I should probably be keeping score here.
Yeah, Justin
It is the Super Scope 6 cartridge. Yes, it is. But it actually had some good goddamn music in there.
Yeah,
So,
it reminded me a little bit of like Mario Kart and SimCity, so I thought you were gonna say, God, I can't remember her name, so never mind. But the composer for those games.
Why did it have music in it?
Okay, so let's.
Because every
it had like
has music.
Yeah, and it had like these like test little mini game type things, so it kind of had a game. So all right, so this next one, speaking of skewing to older people, this is going to definitely skew to one of y'all, and I'm not going to tell you which one. This one comes from Phantom, however, so here we go.
All right.
You need volume up?
A little bit. Little bit more.
Okay.
I need to click on Eugene's face.
Oh yeah, that's
that too.
Is it Halo? It sounds like Halo.
It is not Halo. Okay, your first hint. Your first hint. This game is recently available on the Switch.
Axiom Verge?
Hasn't that been a game every Nintendo's for the past month and a half?
It's not like Riptide again, is it?
It's not Riptide.
I will resist.
I thought he was going to say
Brawlout?
yes.
I'm locking my Switch right now because I'm already in the eShop.
Is it
It
Brawlout?
is not Fallout.
No,
It is not Brawlout.
Brawlout.
Is it Blossom Tail?
It's not Blossom Tail. Here's your next track.
Skyrim?
This is Skyrim.
Yes!
We did that like a week ago.
Fusroda!
Well done. Well done.
Can I take
Like,
his
as soon
point
as
away
the
for
song
that?
started playing, I was like, I know this. Why do I know this?
All right. So, yes, that was Skyrim. Your next track is also going to be a listener suggestion. One is going to come in from Jay-Z Beast. Let's see if we can find it.
Eugene,
Yes?
you were pinging like mad for a
No,
second.
that was me.
No, that's
I was,
Justin.
Oh, okay.
I was.
I thought Eugene's like counter went nuts or something on.
Sorry about that.
No, that's Justin's
That's cool.
counter that went nuts.
Just wanted to make sure we knew before things got,
Oh, you know what? I have Jay-Z Beast's ones coming up. I forgot I had to do that one on YouTube. So this one is actually going to come in from also Jay-Z Beast, but he has a different one that I had to do differently. So, all right, this one is all from Jay-Z Beast. So here we go. Oh, that's probably loud.
A little bit.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a hint right off the bat. This one is a Switch title.
Brawlout, Blossom Tales. Wait, is this Xenoblade 2?
No.
Can you turn it up a little?
Up?
Yeah, I realize we're like an old lady in a movie theater, but like...
I don't think I'm going to get a point tonight.
It sounds good.
Okay, so this game is a recent game to the Switch. It's indie, so it's come to other games, other consoles before.
It's not Blossom Tale, though. I think I already asked that.
Yep.
I asked that for the last game, but
I like this music though. All right, here's the next track. So I don't know that this is going to help, but
Is
the
this you,
developer
Billy?
and publisher, developer and publisher is Crackshell.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Oh, damn.
It is a-
Oh, damn.
This game is a fantasy-themed hack and slash adventure.
Oh, is this
Oh, is
that
this
Azure
Heart
Knights
and-
2 or whatever it is?
Is it
is it
Heart
that game that they
Slash?
just said?
I say it again. I couldn't hear both of y'all talking over each other.
Steve first.
I said Azure Knights 2, Bride of something or other.
No.
No? Okay.
I said Heart and Slash.
No. Justin. It was not what they both said.
Worth a shot.
Well, that's the only indie hack and slash I know, so I'm out.
I don't. Yeah. I guess.
All right, here's
Castle Crashers, but I don't think it's that. Oh my God! Can we get Castle Crashers on the Switch?
All right, here's the next track. I don't think anybody's gonna get this one. It is a single-player video game. It has cooperative gameplay.
Wait, this actually sounds familiar.
Wait, what?
This game came out in 2013. Looks really cool. It's like a top-down hack and slash game. It looks Diablo-esque.
This song sounds familiar, but I don't think I've played this game.
Well, y'all give up?
Yeah.
Okay, this game is called Hammer Watch.
Oh.
Sure, why not?
Huh.
Okay, cool.
The music's really awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our next track. This one comes from a patron. Oh yeah, this one comes from Porky Dog. So away we go with the next
Is it an NES game?
Indeed it is.
Gyromite?
It's not Gyromite.
Damn. One of these days it's going to be Gyromite.
Yeah, next week, if they listen to our guesses.
I like it.
I've played this game before. I know I have, so that's your first hint.
Have I played this game?
I really like this game.
I doubt it.
I'm sorry?
Oh, it's licensed?
I said, have I played this game before?
No, I'm sorry. I mean, I played this game on Nintendo's before.
Oh.
Oh.
And I have played this game before. And I don't think any of y'all have played this game before, because when I said it before, you all were like, ah.
So can we all just give up now?
This is a Capcom game.
I kind of guessed that much. Pharaoh's Quest, The Curse of something. I don't know.
All right, here's your next track. This game is a port of an arcade game. It's like a side-scrolling, like, I would almost say like a shmup. It is a shmup. It's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up. I know you don't know what shmups are, Lucas, but we taught you. Learn.
Side-scrolling shoot 'em up.
There's a reason they died out.
This is getting graded on me.
Is it Gradius?
It's not Gradius. That's Konami.
I was just gonna be like, oh, it's Mega Man!
Nope. Not that kind of shooting him up. Circuit shooter.
All right. I'm gonna give you your next track, your last track, your last hint. I already did this one, I think. Let's go.
I don't think you did.
I did? Oh, I just know that one. Here we go. Here's the last track. So this one, I told you it was Capcom, port of an arcade game. I can't really give you too much more. Just outright giving it to you. So I'm gonna outright give it to you. You guys give up?
Yeah.
Here, here.
This game is called Section Z.
I've heard of it, but
Oh yeah, I don't remember that at all.
All right, so let's move on to our next track. Let's get one from me. I think this is going to be a super freaking easy one, but let's find out.
We need a few of those.
All right, get your buzzers ready, kids, because I think I know everybody's played this game. Here we go.
Mario Sunshine.
Donkey Kong 64.
Shit. Super Mario World.
It is Super Mario World.
You know, I should have just blurred out Super Mario World because I'm like, wait, is this Super Mario World or is this Yoshi's Island? Is it Mario World or Yoshi's Island? And then as soon as he said Mario World, I'm like,
did you see the
I know
pain
where it
on my
is.
face as I tried to get my brain to think fast?
Bonus kudo cookies if you can tell me what area this is.
I'm pretty sure
This
this
is
is the cave.
Bowser's. No, it's not. No, it's the shit.
Vanilla Dome, yep, it's the cave.
Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't remember the name of it. I can't give him a bonus half a point, so that you can just gloat for a second.
I'll just remember that I have a bonus half a point.
If it comes down to a tie, you win.
Let me find out who this one was from before we move on to the next one. I want to say this was also Corky Dog. Yeah, okay, so this is also from Corky Dog, and away we go. Not NES.
Game Boy.
Ooh.
Advance.
Rock Rider. F-Zero. Is this F-Zero for the Game Boy Advance?
No.
No.
Well, it's not Sonic because he's dancing to it.
It's not Sonic because I didn't instantly recognize it. So.
Hey, you just expected chaos. Of course, I can't hear anything. So.
I gotta say, Corky Dog has good taste in music.
Right?
He turned it up at speed.
Oh, yeah. Better?
You said this was Game Boy Advance?
Yes. Next track.
Mega Man X collection
No.
or Zero collection or whatever collection that was.
It's just the same song.
Pretty much, it sounds like. It's like a slightly different beat. Let's go to this next one. Oh. Dang, like I'm digging it. Corky Dog, digging it.
I don't know
All right.
what it is, but I like it.
Here's your next hint. This is a quasi 3D rail shooter game.
Oh,
On the Game Boy
shit.
Advance?
Oh, Iridium or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I read in 3D or something like that.
Yeah, I knew it's some I word 3D, but I couldn't remember what the I word was. This was like a launch title, wasn't it?
Well done.
We don't know.
You can Google it later.
I can Google it now,
Alright.
bitch. I already guessed it right.
What's our score anyway, Justin? You want to give us a recap?
Lucas and I are tied at 2. 2 of them were not guessed, and Steve has nothing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just had to throw that in there.
Well,
Yeah.
it's important that we be consistent and complete.
Yeah, we want to make sure everybody
Alright, here
gets their
comes our
time.
next one. This one comes from EP Knothead.
Oh
Here we
god.
go.
Tyrell,
Up a
will you,
little
Tyrell, will you please
Golf
put in
story?
something I've played next week?
Do you need it to go up, you said?
bit. Yeah.
Okay. So not Golf Story.
Oh, no, I didn't hear you. No, not Golf Story.
Now he doesn't have a Switch. He wouldn't know Switch games.
Is it like Harvest Moon or Fantasy Life?
It is not. So your first hint, this is a Super Nintendo game.
Oh, wow.
Here's your next track. This soundtrack may have been enhanced, actually. So I don't know about that.
They-
But I don't know if this is...
Yeah, this is definitely not like straight off of an SNES.
Yeah, I didn't listen. Obviously, I didn't listen to it before I ripped it, so I apologize for
Okay.
that. Let me see if I can give you some hints here.
Is it one of the Final Fantasies? 2, 3, 4, 5?
No, but it's from the same developer.
Chrono Trigger or Chrono Cross?
Nope.
Well, I'm out of things that I know about early Square.
It's not Mystic Quest, is it?
All right. Your next hint and your next song is that this game is soon to get a re-release.
Final
Or a
Fantasy
remake,
7? No, wait, 7 isn't.
Not Final Fantasy. Also, it was not a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, I know.
Also, that re-release is not coming out.
Also, good lord.
Oh,
What?
wait for it.
Wait. No.
This game.
What is that called? That wasn't like Dragon's Dogma, was it?
Nintendo.
I don't know
Yeah, the
what
Super
Super
Nintendo.
Nintendo games are. Dragon Dogma could be a Super Nintendo game to me. I'm just trying to remember names.
Dragon Dogma is Capcom 2.
Okay.
This game featured 3-player multiplayer if you had the multi-tap.
Oh, shit.
What was that game called?
Secret of Mana?
Secret of motherfucking Mana.
Oh, really? Not the one I was thinking of.
The 3-player was what gave it away.
I don't. Yeah, that was my last ditch hint. Okay. Here is your next game. This one comes to
Hey,
you.
the color sticks on my camera.
This one comes to you courtesy of Minus, and away we go.
I really like it. It's not Okami.
Nope. I played this game. It's a Wii game for your first hint.
Is it Masamune, the Demon Sword?
Muramasa or whatever? No, unfortunately not.
That is about to be my guess too, actually.
That was not going to be my guess, because I have no idea what you just said.
Never heard of Muramasa?
Is it an RPG?
No, it's like a hack and slash.
Yeah. That's my
Another one of those genres that I almost never play.
Alright, here is your next track. Alright, your next hint is this is a sequel to a game that appeared on the GameCube.
All right. Can I get the developer before I venture a guess, or do I have to wait for the next song?
I'm not giving you developer yet because it seems like you're getting there.
All right. Is it the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles
No,
sequel thing? Okay.
it's not.
It
So-
doesn't sound familiar.
Your next hint and your next song coming up. So, although that this game was... Oh, that's probably loud.
Okay, I need the soundtrack like really bad.
So, although this game was a sequel, this song in particular has appeared in multiple games in the franchise because this is a franchise.
And yet it doesn't sound familiar to me. Trying to think of RPGs that have been on GameCube and Switch.
That was a hack
Or
and
Wii,
slash.
GameCube and Wii.
Yeah,
No,
it's not, I don't think I've given genre yet.
you haven't.
No.
It sounds like an RPG. Like this sounds like a boss battle thing. Like
All right, next hint. Developer Oh, I'm not going to give you developer. That'll give it away. Publisher, Infendo. And your next track.
It's not a Dynasty Warriors game, is it?
I think that's Koei, but no.
Yeah, that's going. Okay, then. All right, now it's a sequel to a GameCube game, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
On what system?
It's not like Bait and Ketos, is it? This one's on Wii.
Okay.
Is this that
It's
one?
not a bad test.
Is this that one Chanabra game or whatever it was?
Onichanabra, the vampire slayer, the bikini.
Yeah. the
No,
Bikini
it's not that.
Slayer one. Okay.
It's not.
Oni Chunbar, I think.
Can't
it
even
is.
think of it right now.
But
Well, clearly I shouldn't be
your next
pronouncing
game is
Japanese either.
This is one of my favorite franchises. I don't know if that helps you guys at all, but I played most of these games.
Is it that popular of a franchise?
Yes.
was there an Illusion of Gaia game on the Wii?
Was there a Tails game on the Wii?
Ah.
All right, your next track coming up.
I'm not looking at the
Tales of
video feed, so I can't see his
Symphonia.
poker face.
Wait, what? Who said?
Tales
you
of
guys-
Symphonia.
It is Tales of Symphonia.
Steve, you gave it to me, you fool!
Oh, did you
don't
guess it, Steve?
Freaking no.
Steve
I
said,
just
Steve
said
said
it
is it a
wasn't a
Tales
Tales
game? And I was like, Tales
didn't
of
say no.
Symphonia?
Mm.
Can we also
Um,
give Steve a point? Like, just give him a point too?
Just give me my.
Am I the
point
only
for
one
this
who
week.
sees Eugene frozen?
Nah, he's frozen, but he'll be
Yeah.
back. Just look at that smile and know that everything's gonna be okay. So let's give
so in the
me
meantime-
a point for getting it and Steve a point for half getting it.
Sure, why
Yeah.
not? He won't win anyway.
Exactly.
and I'm not going to get a point otherwise. So
There you go, Steve. There's your.
there's
your
the
mercy
obligatory point, the first of the year. I can die happy now.
Sub-Zero shows mercy. And we can actually call him Sub-Zero because it snowed in Florida this week.
Sorry
Did
about the coughing.
You get any snowfall?
I'm coughing too. Not personally, no. But
Yeah. I figure you're probably too close to the coast to get any of that.
Yeah, I live like 30 miles from the beach, and I live like literally at like the halfway point near like Miami and everything. So we don't see snow unless the world is ending.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how far south the snow went. I saw the picture on Facebook of the "Welcome to Florida, the Sunshine State" sign, and everything around is covered with snow. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, I will never see this again in my life.
It is pretty. I think the last time it snowed in Florida was like 30 years ago or
Yeah, that's
something.
what I
So
heard.
like, hey Eugene, you back?
Hi, I'm back.
So
sorry.
we decided to give both Steve and I a point. Me because I actually got the name of the game. Steve because he got the series, and because
I'm not getting a point otherwise.
he needs the point.
I like that. Okay. All right. Well, now that we are back, let's play our next track, shall we? Where was I? I think I've got some
Don't
of
think
my
you were there.
own to play. So how about we play this one? This is one of my favorite games, guys. So hit me.
Is it Illusion of Gaia?
Nope.
Wait, I know this. I know this song.
Wait, I don't.
Wait. Why do I know this?
Why do you do this?
I feel like I know this. I think I must have heard a remix somewhere. What's this?
Hey, Lucas, do you know this one?
I think he might.
The first
Mike.
hint is this is a Wii game.
God, what's with all the Wii games tonight? Holy shit.
I know. I love it.
Yeah, you'd think somebody actually had that system or something.
This is taking me back to the days at GameStop.
Right? Same.
Taking me back to
All
my
right, here's your next
childhood.
track.
Taking me back to the Paradise City.
Oh,
Is this WarioWare?
It's not WarioWare.
Damn it! I know this.
No, you
Is it
don't.
Dr.
Remember,
Mario?
you guys, no. Do you guys remember what my first hint was, or my hint was, of my theme? Because this is one of my songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All of my games are Nintendo developed.
I know. Oh,
Eugene?
God.
Did you hear my hint? Is this
I
Fling
didn't.
Smash?
Plane Splat? No.
So it's
Fling Smash.
Whatever you said, no.
Okay.
so it's not like something stupid like Dr. Luigi or something either. Then.
No.
Oh God, I know this.
I can confirm that this is not Dr. Mario anything.
Here's the next track.
A little quiet.
Needs to be louder.
No.
Wii
No,
Party,
Wii
Wii Sports, Wii Music.
It's none of those.
One of my favorite games, you asshole.
Yeah, Wii Music.
Better not be Wii Party. We got a copyright strike on that one.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh wait, that was Wii Party U. My bad.
This is killing me.
All right. Did you guys hear my hint that it's Nintendo published and developed? You clearly need more help than this. This game was so the first game of this series appeared in the Game Boy Advance.
Panel de Pawn. No, that wasn't a Nintendo, was it?
It is, but it wasn't. I think that premiered on like Super Nintendo. So.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And you're sure it's not WarioWare?
Positive. Oh dang!
Somebody got it in the chat.
No, I just found. So Hax was saying, "Wait, did you guys both work at GameStop during the Wii days?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, so did I. We were all GameStop employees at the same time."
Everyone who's like into video games worked at GameStop at like your age. Like that was just the thing to do apparently when you were in like your
I
teens.
worked there for a holiday season, so
I knew it would be horrible.
Oh,
So
it was awful. Worst job I've ever had.
Yeah,
GameStop, please subscribe to us and please feel free to do some sponsorship
Yeah,
opportunities with us.
if you ever want to partner with us, we will gladly.
yeah, we should
accept
be,
the
we should probably
Okay,
be careful
actually-
since GameStop owns Think Geek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the game that I know but I can't get.
All right, I'm gonna
Fortune
play
Street
the
is-
next track. It's not Fortune Street. So I don't know how many more hints I can give you. I can't give you the genre really. So I can't give you the genre. That would give it away. That's a hint in itself.
Excite Bots Trick Racing or Excite Truck.
It's not a racing.
Okay.
It's not a racing game. Wait, why don't you try guessing genres?
It
Okay, so
feels
it's
like
not
it's some
racing.
kind of puzzle game, isn't it?
It's not a puzzle game.
Really?
Okay, so
Is
we
it like
can't
a
even get
life
the
sim?
genre.
No. You guys made me so mad when you.
I'm
It's
gonna be
not,
pissed.
it's not Mario Party 8 or Mario Party 9, is it?
It's
No,
not.
Mario
You guys
Party
give
didn't
up?
start on the Game Boy Advance.
Nah.
Fine.
I'll give you one final track. I might have already given you this one, so tell me if I did.
God, what is this?
I think we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to know.
All right,
Tell me,
guys.
baby girl. 'cause
Y'all
I need
give
to
up.
know.
You're thirsty for more. This game is
My God.
Rhythm Heaven Fever.
I knew I should.
Or if you're a European listener like Andy, it's Beat the Beat Rhythm Paradise.
Beat the meat? What?
Oh God, Jesus!
I knew that was coming, and I did nothing to prevent it.
Well, that's what happens when you beat the meat.
Like you could have prevented
Okay,
it.
this one also comes in for me. I think we've had our final Patreon suggestion. So if you want to be a patron and suggest some Infendo's tracks, you can by going to Infendo Radio, or I'm sorry, patreon.com/Infendo Radio.
So wait,
But
is
this one
is the last track?
No, I have more tracks, but no more Patreon suggested tracks.
And remember, we're only $40 away from licking Switch cartridges till we get sick.
Shut up,
Oh,
Steve.
gosh.
Here's the next one. This one comes from me. I threw this one in for you, Steve. So pay attention.
Donkey Kong Math.
No, I just threw it in because it's Game Boy, obviously.
SimCity?
Is this that Snoopy Game
Stop
Boy game?
embarrassing yourself, Lucas.
Remember my hint for my games. They're
Oh,
all
Nintendo.
Nintendo published and Nintendo developed.
Oh God, it's awful.
Mario,
It hurts.
Is this
It
Mario
actually
Brothers
hurts.
DX? Or no, I
This
guess that would have been
game-
Game Boy Color.
This game is older than all of us, except for maybe Justin. What year were you born, Justin?
82.
This game came out when Justin was 2 years old in January of 1984.
It's not just like straight up Donkey Kong for like the
No, it's not
Game
Donkey
Boy,
Kong.
is it?
No, the only
Here's the next track.
Okay, this one's a little bit better.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I gave you the
this
wrong
Pinball?
date, but regardless, it's old as hell. What'd you say, Justin?
Pinball.
Not pinball.
I like this.
Baseball.
Not baseball.
It's got
Soccer.
to be a black box game.
Hockey.
No, it's
Tennis.
not
Not
hockey.
hockey.
Tennis.
It's tennis!
I got it!
Wait, what?
I said tennis first.
Wait,
Ah. Damn it, I was going through
I heard
those
tennis.
sports.
I didn't.
I mean,
know
I
it was
did
on the
say
Game Boy
I
tennis.
heard Lucas say tennis. Yeah, I heard Lucas say tennis.
Okay, good.
All right.
Because, like, as soon as Justin started listing sports, I started too. I played this game. That's why it sounded familiar.
I was just
Yeah.
trying to remember what black box. It just sounded like a black box sports game, so I was trying to remember all the ones that they made.
Tonight, 2 of Lucas's points have been donated by his co-hosts.
Yeah. What is our score, anyways, Justin? I've got one more game.
Well, we've got Lucas at 4. I have 3, and Steve has his mercy point.
Yep.
Oh well, fuck. Well, if you get it, then I guess I better find something else here. This game comes from me again.
Oh,
Nintendo
no.
published, Nintendo developed.
That means Justin has a
This
better
one I
chance.
don't think is going to be easy.
Now, when you say Nintendo developed,
I don't think so.
does that include like second parties and subsidiaries?
No.
Dylan's
Nintendo
Rolling
published,
Western?
Nintendo developed.
Is it Dylan's
No.
Rolling Western? Okay.
No.
Is it Dylan's Rolling Western?
Is it Dylan's Rolling Western?
So I feel like I have to guess Dylan's Rolling Western. Seems appropriate.
Is it Sakura Samurai?
Oh shit. Okay, I guess apparently that hint does not apply. This game was actually developed by Intelligent Systems, so I apologize.
Okay, so second party counts.
Advance Wars, Fire Emblem, Codename Theme.
No. This
That's
game
all their games I know.
What's with the sound?
was a GameCube game. This game was a GameCube game.
Is it Thousand Year Door?
Are we supposed to be hearing
No.
something right now?
I just picked another track, sorry.
No, it's not Thousand Year Door.
No.
This is weird. We said it was a GameCube game?
Sounds a little too bright to be Battalion Wars.
In
It's gotta
some
be
in some regions, this game was published by Atlas.
It's just got to be some weird, like, artsy game, like a painting game or something. It can't be a real game.
It has game.
Is it like Electroplankton?
It is not. This game started out on the Nintendo 64 DD.
Oh.
Oh, wait, what? Was it released in the United States?
Yes, it was.
Okay. That should narrow it down, but I'm drawing a complete blank because the whole Mario Studios series did not come out in the U.S.
Well, then there was Zelda Ocarina of Time, like Part 2, but that was scrapped. It's not Wind Waker, right?
Believe it or not, this is the same game.
This isn't the F-Zero X expansion, is it?
No. So this game is an action-adventure game. Had a few role-playing game elements in it, I guess.
It's not.
Can't really. It was really weird. It had a mating system. Yeah, you heard me right.
Okay, so that excludes Animal Crossing.
All right, here's your next track.
Yeah, but like the music is so bizarre.
GameCube game came out in the U.S. Developed by
In the U.S., it was, I believe, published by Atlas, but it was developed by Intelligent Systems.
Oh. Okay, see, I thought you said in Europe it was developed by Atlas.
God, I've got nothing.
Published. Developed by Intelligent.
Published. Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah. All right, I don't got very many other tracks. I think you got one left. So the core of Blank is its complex mutation system based on color, intensity, and limbs.
I was about to say Viva Pinata.
Each with their own strengths and weaknesses.
I got nothing.
I've already given up.
All right, y'all give up?
At the chat. So.
I think so.
All right, this game is called Cubivore.
Oh, I've heard of this.
You're the only one, I think.
Yep.
No, Hack's got it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about this game and seeing footage of it.
Before.
A weird little game. Actually,
well, Lucas,
roughly the same
my man,
of,
you are our winner. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I feel like I got this game handed to me by my less savvy competitors, but you know, a point's a point, and I'll take it. So, Mike gave it to me by not being here, and Justin and Stevie basically gave me an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I'll collect later.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, that was fun. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be right back with listener questions. All right, question block.
Whatever we're calling it.
Today.
That thing.
Did anybody need to take a break or anything before we hit the question block?
I gotta pee. I'm drinking way too much water.
I probably should have to pee, but I don't, so I don't know what that says.
I'm gonna go grab my Switch then, because I can't stay focused, apparently.
Forgot I had beef jerky in my drawer.
You should have that.
Is that a euphemism?
Slide to the right. Back there, y'all. One hop this time. Crisscross.
Freeze.
Everybody clap your hands.
I put beef jerky in your mom's drawer.
Do the worm. Charlie Brown. 3 hops this time.
Does anybody else get the feeling that somebody just took the CD that came with Twister Moves and stuck it in a DJ playlist and it became the Cha-Cha Slide?
Right?
I don't even know what the first 2 things that you said were.
The only thing I understood was Cha-Cha Slide.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Eugene, we need to get some more seasoned staff members.
Or we just need to wait for you guys to die off so we can have a young person.
Lucas, the real question is, are you familiar with the Chop Chop slide?
The Chop Chop slide?
Yeah, I'll have to say
Unless you're talking Chop Chop Master Onion, I have no idea what you're talking.
That sounds vaguely racist.
I take it I'm the only one here that listens to ICP at some point.
Oh my god, you listened to Insane Clown Posse?
Still doing it for a while.
Why you of all people? You seem like Mike obviously number one.
I know, I was just gonna say.
Then maybe like Eugene. And then
You can thank a friend of mine in high school for that one.
oh god.
That is not a friend. That is not anybody you should ever consider a friend.
I'll say I have it on my phone.
Before we get back on, does anybody have preference on who takes what question from which listener?
No, but I will
don't
say,
know.
Insane Clown Posse, if you want to sponsor us at Infendo, please.
Please don't.
I'll take EP not head because I know him.
I will take. Let me get this open again. I'll take. I'll take Phantoms.
Phantoms.
It's really long. Yeah.
Just in case you had any doubts, it's actually on my phone.
I'll take, I guess, minuses.
Nice. Thanks for that, Steve or Lucas. That's gonna help me out not fuck shit up. But I'll probably still fuck shit up.
Oh, it's habit. Okay.
All right, Rukasu, you're gonna be leading us in.
All right.
You gotta say it right. It's Rukasu.
Oh my god.
That's what
That's
Ruka.
Japanese.
That's
Too tight.
and that's canon, by the way. That was officially what the package that I got from Japan had my name down as. Rukasu. So Rukasu Tamini. So
Tamini?
Tamini. So
Tamini.
that's a thing.
Well, you know, just
You
It
Hiragana
is what it is.
has
That's like a
its
Karate Kid name.
limitations.
All
You need
right.
to
Well,
change your Twitter handle.
let's all shut up. Let's all shut up so we can do this.
I want to be able to follow Rukasu Tamini.
Hang on, I'm gonna snatch it up so you can't have it.
I keep getting ready to do this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to an all-serious, never joking around Infendo Radio. I blew the competition away in Nintendo's like I always do. So now we're gonna do the question. Now we're gonna do the question block before Justin has time to respond to that.
That's what she said.
Our first question comes from Phantom this week, and it is: if Sega had been successful with the Dreamcast and was still making consoles right now, and for some reason you had to choose between that and the Switch, which console would you choose? I would choose the Switch.
Well, it depends on. It really depends on what Sega planned on doing with their system. If they had some awesome idea, you know.
Well, let me put it this way: if Sega was like the same company that they were back when they made their own systems, and like, forgive me, Eugene, because you know where this is going, but like, if their Sonic games were of a similar quality that they were back then I would be like, I want that system. But like, if I had to get like Sonic Colors and Forces and stuff, like they're good games, I enjoy them, but like, I wouldn't pick that over like Zelda and Mario. So I'd have to get a Switch. Nintendo always came first for me. I'm not having the conversation again, Justin. I hate Zelda.
Take that bait.
No, I mean,
Just don't take that bait.
I feel
I
like
don't
if
feed the
Sega,
trolls.
I feel like if Sega were still in the hardware business, they would probably come out with equally weird and creative games as Nintendo, but far more standard hardware. So I feel like
don't know.
I feel like there would be room in my shelf for both of them because I mean Sega makes some pretty incredibly creative games, and I mean the Dreamcast was a very groundbreaking but pretty, you know, again, standard hardware style system. Whereas, you know, you got stuff like the Switch and the Wii, and you know, Nintendo does their own kind of weird little things with the hardware. You Yeah, I would probably still go with Nintendo because Mario is greater than Sonic any day, and Zelda and all those things. But I think I would have to have both systems. Like there'd be no way after all the fun I had with my Dreamcast that I would be able to pass up another Sega system.
Didn't Sega make some pretty bizarre systems toward the end though? Like, didn't they even have a system that people were like comparing to the Wii U because it had like a tiny little like touch screen thing on it or whatever? Yeah, so like I don't know.
That was the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast had the VMU on it.
So like if they
like 10 years prior.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, if they had that back then, who knows how wacky and weird their hard drive or hardware would be like now?
Well,
like
right?
See, that's just it. They could probably do something like Sony was trying to do with the PS4 and the Vita, where your
only do it well.
Your controller had a screen on it, and you could use it to play the game, but then you could detach the controller and maybe play like a snippet of the game of kind of like you could do with the Dreamcast and the little VMU. If they did something like that, I would definitely give it a shot. Otherwise I'd stick with the Switch.
Yeah, I feel like it's really, I mean, slight tangent, but I feel like it's really to the gaming industry's detriment that Sega got out of the hardware business, because Sega and Nintendo were both video game creators, and they were always looking for that new gimmick, that new thing that made gaming. Whereas Sony and Microsoft are like, make games bigger, better, and more badass. Whoever said that, I think it was a Microsoft thing, but it's like there's no creativity. I mean, it's just bigger hardware, and that's it.
That said, speaking as somebody who still buys a decent number of Sega games, like I appreciate the fact that even though they stopped being able to make hardware, they can still make software, and who knows what would have happened if they had continued to make hardware. Like we're supposing a hypothetical that they're still making systems today, but like what if they had been the like sole competition to Nintendo up until like the Wii or the Wii U era, and then they started failing and they had to let go, and like, is that just the end of their games, or what happens then? What would Microsoft and Sony have ended up doing? Like, it's trippy.
Yeah,
I mean, like Phantom says in the chat, they do have some good IPs, like really good IPs. Like you guys think Sonic's good, so I'll give you guys that one. But like, there's like Skies of Arcadia and PSO, like Puyo Puyo. I mean, Jet Set Radio. They have a bunch of really Panzer Dragoon, like all kinds of stuff. The list goes on, So.
They were the reason we got Bayonetta in the first place.
My favorite fighting franchise.
Right. So, okay. Well, I guess that is that for that one, Rukatsu. So, let me move on to the next question from Cookie Dog. Why do I always get stuck with his name? I guess because I figured out.
That was intentional, actually.
Corky Dog says, "What games for Nintendo systems do you not care for?"
Well, we know what Lucas is in. That one.
I don't know. That's kind of a tough one for me. I tend to like most Nintendo products. You're gonna have to come back to me. Does anybody have anything off the top of their head?
Yeah, Xenoblade.
I would.
There you go.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff Intelligent Systems does tends to, not really pique my interest. I mean, aside from like the first couple Paper Marios, for the most part, like a lot of this strategy RPG style games just have no appeal to me.
Oh, you know what comes to my head? I don't really care that much for Kirby. I mean, I could take it or leave it. Like my favorite Kirby game.
Uh-oh. Did we just lose Eugene again?
No, he's back. He's making a grimacing face.
Did you guys hear anything I said?
We heard that you don't really play Kirby much.
And then, you just cut out for a few seconds. What?
Yeah, I was going to say my favorite Kirby games are the spin-off Kirby games, kind of like Dream Course and some of those other type of.
Oh my god! I just started playing Dream Course. That game's so much fun.
Oh god,
Canvas Curse rather.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say like I bought Dream Curse at like a yard sale years ago. I booted it and I was like, oh crap, it's golf! Like I was so disappointed as a kid.
Oh, I'm playing it now. It's the prettiest classic, and I'm loving it.
It's so good.
But yeah, I mean, I can see Kirby being acquired taste.
Maybe.
You like hard games, and Kirby. I mean, while Kirby games have challenge to them, if you look for it, they're not. I mean, they're pretty mindless, run around and
Pretty tame, yeah.
Go ahead,
me,
Lucas. I'm still thinking.
Unless Steve.
Oh, I was just gonna say real quick. For me, the one series that I've actually given a chance several times that I've never been able to get into is actually Metroid.
See, I love the 2D Metroids. The 3D Metroids have never sucked me in.
And I've never been able to finish a single Metroid
Except
2D or 3D.
Except the worst one
except
ever
the
made.
worst one. But the only reason I beat that is because I was bored one day and was playing it, and I was like, "Oh shit, the end boss!" I remember seeing this on the Super Game Boy commercial, so I know I'm almost.
The number of hours I must have spent wandering aimlessly around all those similarly colored and tiled hallways. Yeah, definitely the 3D Metroids are in there as ones that never really. I mean, they look great, they play great, but I just don't get sucked into them like I do in the 2D ones.
I actually have a lot of games, and they're almost all games you guys have already mentioned. I guess starting from best to worst, I really respect Xenoblade as a series, but I can't jump into it very easily. So there's that. Yoshi and Kirby are both fine games, but they both kind of bore me, except for the ones that give me any kind of nostalgia. And then you start getting into the stuff that I really hate, which is kind of what Justin was talking about, which are the games that were good when I was a kid, but have evolved into trash, basically, which are like the new Mario Party games, the new Paper Mario games. Those games actually make me mad because the old ones were so good, and the new ones just feel so lazy. And I know there are people out there who like the new ones, and it's fine. By all means, enjoy the games. But like Sticker Star was such a disappointment. Mario Party 10 was such a disappointment when all you want is to like get a more modern version of those old style games that you played. And instead of getting like boards, you get weird carts that you ride around in. And instead of getting partners and turn-based combat, you get sticker mechanics that feel clunky and bizarre. So like Mario Party and Mario, whatever else I was just talking about a second ago, Paper Mario, those games really irritate me.
I know we're running out of time here, but I just happened to notice the question wasn't specifically what Nintendo franchises do you not care for, but what games for Nintendo systems do you not care for? So, I mean, or are there any like third-party exclusives that maybe we...
Yeah, Eugene, are there any third-party games for Nintendo systems that you don't like?
Jeez. We're really... really picking at everybody's scabs here tonight, aren't we?
No, I don't know. I was thinking about that myself, Justin. The ones that come to my head right off the top of my head are just like Eternal Darkness and like Twin Snakes, stuff like that. But I like those games. I guess I don't really like Twin Snakes, so maybe that. So. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, really anything RPG or strategy related, those are pretty much the only ones that I'm really not interested in. Everything else is just like, either I like it, love it, or yeah, sure, I'll play it, or I won't,
Right.
Hey, Lucas, what good games do I hate? You know me.
ARMS.
Oh yeah, ARMS.
You went okay. So real talk here while we're on Infendo. We got you ARMS as like a present, and you tried it, and you weren't sure if you were gonna like it, and then you like fell in love with it, and you had so much fun with it for like a half a month. And now when like me and Mike talk about ARMS, you're like, ugh, and we're like, oh, it sounds like they're gonna be ending the DLC. About time. And like you're actively hostile toward ARMs. I don't know what ARMS did to you, like when you were alone with it, but you hate it now. So like that's a game I can think of.
It's true. It is true. And I have no reason for it either. I have
it's just an unprecedented, like it is what it is.
Face heel turn.
It's like if I were racist, but it's against a video game instead of a race.
Like I never mentioned this.
It only just happened, when one of them, robbed you in an alleyway or something.
I didn't mention this because we all hear about it all the time, but like people who've listened to the show a lot know that I don't really love the Galaxy games. I don't really love the Prime games. Like there are popular games that I don't really enjoy, but like I don't hate them. I just don't really like them, or I'd rather not play them.
Right.
Like I don't think I've ever been like oh, Galaxy 3 rumors were squashed. Good, it should die.
All right, Justina. What the fuck? All right, Steve. What did we do, Lucas? Jesus Christ. Take us away, Steve. My goodness.
My goodness. Whoops, what did I do?
Oh, God. Oh, this is falling apart. So, EP not.
It was ever one piece.
So, what's y'all's favorite thing outside of video games / Nintendo? This question actually came in so long ago, I had completely forgotten about it till I saw it tonight. I had to think about this for quite a while after it came through. And then when I saw this, I'm like, oh shit, I have to try and remember what my answer was. I actually do enjoy reading. I don't read nearly as often as I should, but I love sci-fi and fantasy books. I will go through and read the Harry Potter books at least once a year, sometimes more if I have time. And then obviously I love to collect stuff. Doesn't matter what it is, I just like to collect sets of stuff. So those are kind of my couple things that I like.
Well, I'll jump in here because I don't know if everybody's still brainstorming this. It's hard when you ask a video gamer what they like to do other than playing video games because it's a time-wasting hobby.
Well, yeah, it's like,
obviously, at least I think it's relatively obvious. I like drawing. I like art. And that's kind of why my next most prominent hobby after playing video games is doing my own game design stuff. Totally outside of the realm of video games. I love listening to music, occasionally like singing. I like reading books, particularly if they're on war history or strategy. And I like nature a lot, actually. I like just going out and taking 2-hour long walks and just kind of looking around at stuff. So it's not a particularly exciting hobby, but I don't know. I like
especially
just
in Florida.
Well, and I also find that while we're on the subject, the hobbies kind of intermingle together because I like to go out on a long walk totally by myself, listen to my music, and that's when I usually get my best ideas for a level that I'm working on in a game or something like that. So all of the hobbies that I have kind of intermingle together to help me be a better person. So
kind of like Miyamoto, huh?
With his gardening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
exactly
so.
What I was just thinking. What about you, Justin?
Well, I mean, anybody who follows me already knows what else I'm interested in outside of video games. Why am I seeing two Eugenes?
W pleasure, W fun.
Anywho, and neither of them are moving. Sorry.
Just talk.
Okay, yeah, sorry, it's distracting me. I must block it out. Obviously, I'm really into Disney, collecting Disney, talking about Disney, reading about Disney, all sorts of stuff, especially the parks. Disney World is my home away from home. In fact, I'll be going there in a little more than 3 weeks. So, and if you're also interested in Disney World, I'll put my shameless plug in here. You can go to utilidork.com, UTILIDORK. No, but I mean, Disney's a huge thing for me. Another thing that I'm really into is movies, and not just, watching movies, which I rarely have time to do anymore for that matter, but I love just reviewing movies, researching the making of, trivia and actors and directors and stuff like that. I mean, I was a credits reader before I was 10, and by the time I was 12, I wanted to be a director. Obviously, never happened. But
so, what's your favorite Disney movie? I have to ask now.
I can't even answer that. Cause, I mean, that's what's your favorite Nintendo game? I mean,
that's true.
There's so many, levels and genres and subgenres and characters and all sorts of stuff like that. beyond that, I mean, I'm really kind of passionate about just learning stuff. If I want to, I only have like an associate's degree, but if I want to learn something, I will go out and learn it. You know, like I'm just the kind of person who's like, I need to know more about this one thing. So just like learning is a big thing for me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Eugene, are you alive over there, or what's?
Are you with us, child?
Internet, and I'm back. Can you hear me? Am I moving all right?
Okay. I was kind of
You
vamping.
couldn't
waiting
even
for
tell
you
that we were stalling for time. What's
gave
your
Justin-
favorite Disney movie?
Yeah, we gave Justin a nice little interview there.
just trying to. We were vamping while you were vaping. Anyway.
Well, I don't know that there's only 10 seconds left on the timer, so I don't know that.
Oh,
Take
you-
because you're gonna edit out half of what I said anyway.
But yeah, looks like that was it for that one. I'm just gonna not answer that. So Justin, why don't you take us into our final question?
Okay. Geez, what sort of hobbies could Eugene have that he doesn't want to talk about on the show?
On air. Moving on.
All right. Minus64 asks, with EA leaking, quote unquote, leaking a possible Nintendo Direct in January, any thoughts on what we may see, or maybe some wish list items? I think it's going to be easier to do wish list items because, let's face it, Nintendo tends to pull things out of their ass and that nobody ever expected. Splatoon. But I think we're all kind of hoping for some sort of Smash announcement. Whether a re-release of last gens or an announcement of a new one, which I'm sure we would have heard of by now anyway. Yeah, wish lists. I don't know. It's funny because I'm not usually one who's big on re-releases, but so many things that I want on the Switch are things that I have or wanted on the Wii U or 3DS. That
So I've been thinking. Sorry to jump over your thought here, but I've been thinking lately that the Wii U, all of the games on the Wii U, a lot of the popular ones on anyways, deserve to be re-released out of that ecosystem, right? Just because not very many people got the chance to play them. So I think games like Wonderful 101, like Nintendo Land, even maybe like Smash Brothers deserve, like those types of games that were locked on a console that so few people played, I think deserve another chance to live. You know.
Here's my question to you.
I'm hoping for a Skyward Sword HD at some point announced this or next year.
Oh, I'd go ahead, that. But question to you, because we had that with a game. We had that with Pokken Tournament, and a lot of the turnoff toward that game was that it was like a full-priced game with a little bit of additional content that came out on the next generation system. And like, I know personally that's why I haven't bought it.
I am more pissed about the fact. I'm more pissed off about the fact that the original Pokken Tournament was a full-priced game, whereas the DX seems more like a full game. It's got all the characters from the arcade.
But how do you handle that moving forward? Because yeah, it'd be great to see a lot of those games from Wii U come to a system where they could, really get some clout. But how do you sell somebody who's already got Wonderful 101 on a system they're never going to play again to get it on a system that they want it on? You know,
got me to buy Mario Kart 8 again.
Okay, one at a time.
I was just going to say the same. I was going to say the same thing, Mario Kart 8. I think it just needs to be the right game. Pokken Tournament is probably not the best example of a game that should be coming from Wii U to the Switch. I'm glad it did. I'm sure there's an audience for it, just not for me. Like, give me Smash and put it at full price, and I'll gladly pay full price. I wouldn't mind paying $60 again for that type of game.
I'll be honest.
In particular,
I'll be honest, I'd probably get it, but I would not enjoy paying $60 for a game I already bought twice.
If it had all the DLC?
See, Hyrule Warriors.
I already bought all the DLC, though.
I would rather pay to have $60 to have Hyrule Warriors Complete Edition. I would rather do that than just pay the $20 to get all the DLC on the system I have, because I would rather play it on my Switch at this point.
And to continue that point of negativity in this topic, I would dive right into a Hyrule Warriors 2 that pulled some of its features from Fire Emblem Warriors, which I think is doing really well. I don't know if I just flat out buy Hyrule Warriors again. I loved that game. That was like my most played Wii U game. But like, I have trouble. Maybe part of it is just the financial thing. Like, I have trouble thinking about putting $60 down on a game that I could play on another system.
Maybe they come out with like a Nintendo Selects line of like older games and charge like $30 or something, right?
40 would be acceptable if they could find a way to have you like prove that you already own the game and buy it for like half price. I'd be down with that. I need something more than just paying $60 for a full price game.
And I've got to interrupt you here, Lucas, because I have the exact same thought. One of the reasons I wanted Breath of the Wild in digital form was I figured with the Switch coming out day and date that they would have some sort of, hey, if you had it, it's like Nintendo really needs to do something about that, because
you're not
Sony
wrong.
Does it, Microsoft does it. You need to throw a bone to your devoted customers who want to give you more money.
That's what I was going to say.
But like I said time and time again, I bought Super Mario Brothers 3 at least 5 times, and I probably think before I die, I'll probably buy it another 5 times. So
of course, yeah.
Well, yeah,
but that's the thing.
Sony, Microsoft, Bethesda, they've all been releasing the same games time and time again. Skyrim was out on PS3. It came out as an Ultimate Edition on PS3. Then they remastered it for PS4. Now it's on Switch.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the difference between a game like Skyrim and a game like Hyrule Warriors is that if you're a pure-blooded Nintendo owner and that's all you do, at least this is your first time getting it on a Nintendo system, As opposed to a game like Hyrule Warriors, where, again, if I want to go back and play it, it just means dusting off my Wii U. And I think I'd rather do that than pay $60 for even a superior version of a game I love. Smash Bros. I can get because it's an online game and we'd all be playing together, and like that's kind of an exception to the rules. But if it's just a single-player experience, I don't think I'd pay for it. I don't even remember what the original question was. So are we close?
So if they added co-op, online co-op to Hyrule Warriors for Switch, you mean to tell me you wouldn't buy it?
I don't know if that would be a game I'd really be jumping in to play online with you guys.
Yeah, I'm going to because Minus is getting a little irritated with us in chat, and I'm going to bring us back around. Even though the alarm went off, I think we do kind of need to address the question he asked. The question was about the Nintendo Direct, and what we may see, and what wish list items we have, which is how we got off on this tangent. We're all wishing for some of those games that.
So let's just real quick drop a wish list in then, so we can get this question.
Well, how about what do we think we'll see? What games have they not announced yet that we think are almost as sure? I mean, I'm sure they'll show us more Yoshi and more Kirby.
If there is a Nintendo Direct here in January this early, it's almost assuredly not going to be anything like a bombshell. So I think it's probably going to be games that we've already heard about, right? So like you said, like the new Kirby game or something. We'll probably see new footage of that. Maybe a new game, maybe Animal Crossing. I don't know. I just don't see something dropping in January, like a huge bombshell right before E3,
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm trying to think if Nintendo's ever done something like that before, but
I think I agree.
But it could be a situation of strike while the iron is hot. It's
maybe Bayonetta.
I mean, we already had a bombshell of that.
Well, we had the simplest of teasers, though. I feel like the next time we get a Direct, we're probably going to hear a little more about Prime and a little more about Bayonetta, because those are two games that they've kind of touched on but haven't really done anything else with. Maybe like Pokemon, because they announced that too.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to come out this year, isn't it? I feel like Pokemon.
That was like a Pokemon Company announcement, though.
I think Eugene and I both basically said the same thing.
Yeah.
Pokemon do their own directs. I have a feeling that both Bayonetta and Metroid Prime are not far enough along in development to really show us anything. Because if they were, they would have shown us something.
Yeah.
But I think Kirby and Yoshi are a surefire thing.
Yep.
I would love to see Skyward Sword HD just as something to tide us over until we get more Zelda.
Fantastic.
Yeah. What I really want is Twilight Princess again. I know
Yeah.
we just got it on Wii U, but I would love to see it on Switch. So I don't have to dust off my Wii U, but it's not going to happen. That's about all I can
I'd
think
probably
of.
get it on Switch.
Okay,
I would.
for the wish list part of this, I gotta give my wish list. for the wish
Oh,
For the
God.
wish list part of this, I've been wanting a new Animal
More
Crossing for a
Sonic.
long time. I'd
Oh, yes.
take a shut up. I'd take a Mario Party game that actually plays like a Mario Party game. I'd take a
Yes.
Paper Mario game that feels like a Paper Mario game. I'd love to see where Pikmin 4 is going and if it can make up for the fact that Pikmin 3 was like a 6-hour game. Yeah, that's kind of what did Steve say? Steve said something I really like. Oh, Skyward Sword HD. I would.
Well, Justin said it first, but yeah.
Well, that's like my favorite Zelda game, and I would buy it up in a heartbeat if I could play it again. So
It's not my favorite Zelda
that's a good
game,
one.
but it is the Zelda game I feel most deserves a second chance.
The only exception to that, and I know it's never going to happen because we just got it on 3DS and people seemed happy with it, but like an upscaled, beautiful Majora's Mask remake on the Wii U or on the Switch
It's my favorite.
that doesn't
God,
like
go for it.
completely change everything that I
Mhm.
hated about the change.
we
Like I'd be
need
down with
a
that.
Four Swords.
You know, I would
Ooh.
even and like
Online.
yeah, Four Swords would be interesting too. Like talking realistically, if you basically made any Zelda game and you made it like beautiful HD for the Switch, I would buy it. Like I'd get Wind Waker again if it looked amazing. I'd love Ocarina of Time in like beautiful high definition. Like, you know, just give me some good games that are like they have to be like built from the ground up though. They can't just be updated graphics. They have to like they have to play like the old games, but they have to be built to look like beautiful on a new system, and that would be a lot more work than I think anybody wants to do. On
like,
How about-
like the
how
Crash
about a-
trilogy?
kind of like what you see with like the what you see online when people do like Ocarina of Time with like an HD cover to it,
We're
But-
just going to completely ignore that sound for
Yeah.
another 15
but obviously done better and by Nintendo, you know, as opposed to just somebody on YouTube showing off what they can do.
Okay, three more words. Mario Odyssey DLC.
That would
Yeah.
be good. Yeah, I take it.
Okay.
See what you do to
All
us,
right, we're moving
minus.
out. We're moving out. We're getting out of here. Going on to the Infendo Transit System. So, what y'all been playing this week? Justin, you probably had. I would say that you're the person who hasn't given us the changes system in the longest. So why don't you start with us first?
Well, that's usually because it's usually because I don't have a whole lot to say. I don't get much gameplay time during the week. Although
And now we know why.
The past 2 nights, my girlfriend got a new job week of Christmas, so she's actually home in the evenings now. And the past 2 evenings, the 4 of us have all played Mario Kart together. She and I and my 7-year-old and my 4-year-old, who of course is always in last place but has a ball anyway. So there's been a lot of Mario Kart in our house. I finally finished the Champion's Ballad.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, I saw you posted that.
Yeah, and I was
So
actually.
have we all finished it now?
I think
Yep.
so. I think I was the last one as usual. I was actually really impressed with the Champion's Ballad. It wasn't as story driven as I had hoped.
That's
and
my complaint.
Yeah, we didn't get to explore a refurbished Hyrule Castle like I had hoped. It didn't take place after the defeat of Ganon like I had hoped. Spoiler
But it was
alert.
great.
Spoiler alert. But what was there in content, I thought was really good. The shrines were some of the
Really
best.
good.
in the
Yeah.
game. The final divine beast, had me scratching my head for a good hour or so.
Oh, that was rough.
I was so overpowered by the time I got to the final boss that it was really just kind of a matter of, hitting them over and over and over again with whatever my strongest weapon was. But
Right.
but I thought it was a cool little Easter egg, I suppose. So yeah, that was pretty neat. What else did I play? No, just Mario Odyssey. I did get a new game. I just downloaded Skyrim a couple of days ago, but I haven't booted it up yet. So
Did you downloaded it? You didn't get a physical copy?
no, I downloaded it because I
Okay.
figured that's gonna be my a good slow burn game. Something I'll
Mhm.
play for a few hours now and then maybe a month later jump back into it and whatnot.
How many gigs did that one take?
I honestly don't know, but I have 128 gigabyte card in my system, so it didn't really matter.
I'll find out.
It came out on the Xbox 360, so and I think it was single disc then, so it couldn't be more than a DVD size, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's got all the DLC and enhancements,
Lucas knows.
it can't be much more than
14.5 gigabytes.
Yeah, it can't be much more than 14.5 gigabytes.
So what else you been playing, Justin? You been playing anything with your 8-bit do?
Not really. I have, for some reason, I picked up my my 3DS and started playing a lot of Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario and Tetris on my 3DS. I don't know why.
I see you're playing Mario Odyssey right now.
Not at the very moment, but it is the game that is currently booted up on my system. So, but my system is off, as you can see.
That's odd. Nice. It literally just popped up on my Switch, and it was like Masterclaw is playing Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, you know what? Because I logged in to see what the little news things on the side were.
Okay, thought we had a ghost.
I've been hacked.
Well, I guess that's
yeah. Hopefully next week I'll have more to say on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
About being
you don't
hacked.
have anything else last minute, Justin, before we move on to Steve or Lucas?
I'll think of it while they're talking and just interrupt them.
That sounds about right.
Nice. All right, Steve. Well, why don't you get interrupted first?
All right. So I feel like we haven't done Change the System in forever. Because I was
3.5 weeks.
Because I was actually looking through. First thing, I never got to show this on stream, but I got another set of blue Joy-Cons for my Switch. So
nice.
Now I've got the double blue, which I'm very happy about. Since the last time we've done Change the System, I've probably played some Rocket League that I don't remember. I finished Sonic Forces, and I downloaded the soundtrack, and I absolutely love the soundtrack for it.
Mm-hmm.
I've picked up Mutant Mudds. I've probably logged about 5 or so hours in that game. I've already beat Mutant Mudds DX, which is the first game in the series. I've already died close to 100 times in Mutant Mudds Super Challenge, and I'm not even through the first world yet. And then I've played, I think it's called Mudblocks, and I'm really enjoying that. I said the last time we did Change the System, I was going to write a review for it, and I have not written a review for it yet. So, because I have been slammed at work with the holidays. So that's coming eventually. I've finished the Champion's Ballad DLC. I haven't found all the armor yet, but I have finished the dungeon.
Yeah, that's one thing
I think there's still armor I have to find too.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I like the motorcycle. It's fun to drive off cliffs and see what happens.
Oh, I used to do that in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And Grand Theft Auto.
I haven't really done much with the motorcycle. I didn't really. I was like, yeah. After I beat it, I was like, okay, I can put this down again.
I played a couple rounds of Riptide Renegade, Riptide GP Renegade with Mike and Lucas one night. Played some Monopoly with Mike and Lucas another night. Yeah, we need to play that game. That is fun when you're playing with people.
Yes, because every time I boot it up, I'm like, this is incredibly boring. Why did I spend money on this thing? So and then justify my purchase, will you?
The last one I bought was Ukulele. I bought that with Infendo funds, which was nice. Haven't touched it yet because I have spent the last week and a half playing Monster Hunter Stories. Oh my god, I cannot put that game down. I'm losing sleep over it.
I thought that was called Pokemon Stories.
Basically,
not even close.
It is Monster Hunter and Pokemon.
We have some differing opinions here.
It is Pokemon and Monster Hunter Had a Baby, and it is it's probably one of the best games I've played in a long time.
Is it a cute baby?
It's a very cute baby. And it's a special color that you can only get by breeding those two Pokemon.
Does it look better than Phantom Hourglass?
Oh, God.
Far better than Phantom Hourglass. Like, it looks like Phantom Hourglass HD. No, Lucas and I actually did a tag team review for this game, and one thing I told him, I read his review to kind of get a feel for where he was at. or not like review wise, but like the stuff that he was doing in the game, because I wanted to see what his review focused on. And then I wrote my review, and Eugene, you'll have to correct me on the correct wordage on this one. But in our Infendo review standards, it says that our review score must match the review itself. So we can't write like this glowing review and then give it a 2 type deal. When I started writing the review, my intent was to give it a 4.5. And after I finished writing the review, I was like, a 4.5 does not match what I just spent 1,000 words writing.
I don't
so I
think
ended up
we
bumping
said
it up to a 5.
I don't think we said a bad thing about it in both of our combined review. Like
I did.
Really?
I said I was losing sleep over the game.
I mean, like literally everything in our review, like, and I'll touch on this obviously more when it's my turn, but like everything in our review was positive and like glowingly so. Like,
hey, I mean, it's your guys' review. If you feel it deserves a 5, give that game a 5. You know?
God, absolutely. Like we both had the same moment. Like we sat there when we were finished with the review and we were like, is it a 4.5 or is it a 5? Is it a 4.5 or is it a 5? And I don't know if it was the same conclusion you came to, Steve, but my thought process was, I can't put this game down. Like I love it that much that like it is like the perfect game for what it's trying to do for me.
Yeah.
So
like I open my 3DS right now and I'm in the goddamn volcano.
I was playing it until my 3DS died, and now I'm bored because I have to play Switch.
Well, and I had to ground myself from the game while I've been sick, so I can get some sleep and actually get over being sick. So I actually haven't played.
You want to go right into it too? Yeah, why don't you just both talk about Monster Hunter stories, and you can start your time here.
Is that okay, Steve? Because I know I kind of ate into yours a little bit.
Okay,
well, yeah, I'm going to start with stories. I have a lot of other stuff to talk about. So can I have like I have 3 minute or 2 minute left like counter or something to keep me honest? Okay, but stories. My God, like I got the demo a long time ago. I played through it. I loved it, but it was one of those games that was just like I'll get it eventually kind of deals, and I never got it. I put about 6 or 7 hours into the demo, I think. But then I got it as a Christmas present. And I was like, oh, cool, I can finally get back into playing it. So I picked it up again and I started playing it and I really liked it. You know, I thought it was a really good game. And I started talking to Steve about it and Mike about it because, you know, Mike is my Monster Hunter buddy.
Well, the thing, though, is it wasn't so much talking to me about it that did it. You were playing it. I could hear you getting items, and that was my turn.
You got the nostalgia from hearing like the old Monster Hunter sound effects.
I could hear the sounds, and I downloaded the game thanks to him.
In the short time that we have to make this point known, like it is Monster Hunter. It is a monster catching game, so it has that Pokemon vibe to it. But it is so uniquely its own experience, which is why I titled the review something entirely new. Like it's not a game you've played before. And I know that that's more and more exceedingly rare in like today's games market, but like it's something completely new to me. And my God, it's just so well made. Like the battle system is unique and innovative and fun. You can tell a lot of heart went into all the designs. Like I keep sending Steve movies. Like I sent him a Twitter message before we started of my Tigrex like dealing over 2,000 damage to a monster, just because like I love showing off these little animations because they're so beautiful. Like,
does that not make you wish that the 3DS had capture functionality similar to the Switch, like where you can?
It would be nice, but honestly, I just shake a cam and like yeah, exactly. But it's such an exciting game. Like it's the first game in a long time that's made me totally forget I'm playing on a 3DS. Like up until now, the conversation that we had every week was like, I don't want to put my Switch down. And like, I barely touched the Switch this week. Like my entire week has been this Monster Hunter game. And it's
same here.
It's hard to describe it without playing it. And I think that's part of the reason why it's good that there's a demo out there, because you can kind of dip your toe in and get a taste for it. But it's just so much fun and so refreshing. Something totally unlike what I've ever played before, but with enough of that like good Monster Hunter goodness to make it really enjoyable. I'm still in the main story and I'm like 90 hours into this game. So like
this game,
there's depth.
How about if somebody who doesn't know anything about the Monster Hunter franchise, would this be a good place to go? Like if they like maybe like like that?
I've only put about 25 or 30 hours into the Monster Hunter generations. I know very little about the monsters coming into it, and it's very approachable for me.
Yeah.
So
it really like it's a plus, I think, if you already love the monsters, because like you're like, oh, I want to get a Zinogre. Oh my god, I want to get a Lagiacrus. Oh, I didn't know this was a Lagiacrus. Thank you. But like, I don't think you have to have that at all, based on what Steve said. Okay, so we're gonna jump out of it because I want to talk about other stuff. First and foremost, Mario Party Top 100. I got that. Fun game. I like it. All the mini games are cool. They changed a few of them, but not in a way that really bothers me. Why is there no board? That's enough of that. Skyrim. I got some extra Christmas money from my aunt. I used some of that towards Skyrim. I put the rest back in my bank. Just as fun as it was before. Really enjoying it. Having a wonderful time. Cool that it's portable. Fire Emblem Warriors. Third game I got. Super freaking amazing. It's so good. Like, I love Hyrule Warriors. I love the Warriors games. I think they're fantastic. I love Fire Emblem, even though my exposure to them is relatively new. I jumped on during the Awakening bandwagon. My God, is this a well-made Warriors game. And amazing game if you like Fire Emblem. Like, it's so good. It's so much better than Hyrule Warriors was. So, like, play it. If you like Hyrule Warriors, try it. If you know anything about Fire Emblem, try it. It's really freaking good. Not as good as stories, but good. I think the only other game I played was one that I downloaded a few weeks before. Oh, Mike got me Monopoly a long time ago. We've been playing that. We tried Uno. We wrote a review for it. Check it out on Infendo.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that review. That was fun.
Freaking horrible. We couldn't even play. But the only other game that I put any time into was Enter the Gungeon, which was one I got way before Christmas. Indie game. Really cool. Dungeon crawler. Not much more to say about it than that. And I think that's everything that I've been playing.
You've put a little bit of time into Minecraft. I might have missed it looking at the chat.
Oh, yeah, Minecraft. I'm working on things. So actually, I don't care anymore. I was keeping it a surprise, but like half of you already know about it. I'm building like the Minecraft equivalent of Varuda in the ocean right now. So that's like awesome. That's my project. And I haven't worked on it in like a week since all these great games came out. But going to go back to it at some point. Probably when Mike gets back, because he's building a giant wall all around his world. So... But yeah, I want to make a fully functional, like, explorable Varuda. I've already hidden, like, compasses and maps inside of it and stuff, so, you know.
I need to get back into Minecraft because you guys are inspiring me to do something creative with it.
I will say, like, and I know my time is up, but creative mode is actually cool. I thought it was just kind of for losers, but, like, creative mode is actually really cool when you want to build amazing stuff and you don't want to spend your whole life doing it.
If you're
Phantom
actually
creative. Funding the wall.
Oh God, Jesus! Gotta be more creative with your goddamn jokes too, Justin. All right, we're moving on. I am in this Change the System. I have not played anything very interesting. I did play Illusion of Gaia from start to completion. That was great. I love that game. I usually play it around Christmas time, but I didn't play it until last week. So kind of missed it by a few weeks, but I still got it in. I really like that game. What else have I been playing? Been playing a lot, and I mean a lot of PlayerUnknown Battleground. My goodness gracious.
I forgot to talk about it. We got my dad that game for Christmas.
You can have part of my time because I'm not going to go for very much longer. Yeah, that game is incredible, especially on the PC now. It's running really stable. There are a lot of cheaters on the PC, but I'm not very good, so I don't get ranked with them very often because I'm with all the losers who can't really win very much. So that's great for me. Yeah, I don't know what else I could say about that game. The new map came out. It's a desert map. It plays a lot different. You have to be, there's the movement is a lot different because there's these really big mountains that you have to scale, and you can spot somebody from like 1,000,000 yards away. So guys, game is incredible. Lucas, did you want to tack on before I move on to my last game?
Only that, like, now that I've actually been able to play it, God, I wish we could have a Switch equivalent. Like, it's such a fun game.
They said they want to bring it to Switch. The CEO did.
I'd kill for that game being on Switch. Like, we would play that game together nonstop, all 5 of us, and it would be the best thing ever. Steve, shut up. We're playing it. Shut up, Steve.
I would give it a chance. I'd play Doom. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I got it for my dad. We played it together. We've played it solo. He likes it. I think he likes it more when I play it with him. But like, because the last match he played today was like a real bummer. He spent the entire match just like running toward the safe zone because he was really far away. And I think in the end, like being out of the safe zone ended up killing him. So it was, I don't know, that was kind of a downer match. He said, like, I literally just spent the whole match running straight.
Running, yeah.
But like when it's fun, it's really fun. And like, it's fun.
It's really buggy on Xbox. Have you noticed
Honestly,
that? Like when
I noticed one bug with it. I think we got it a little after they patched in some of the stuff because I didn't really notice all the problems with the map loading like you were talking about. But every now and then you'll be running and you'll just go backwards and you'll be running and you'll be on like a treadmill moving forward and backwards and you can't go anywhere. And it's super frustrating when there's like a guy on your tail that's trying to kill you. So
I bet it's frustrating for him too.
But we want to get together with you someday and start playing some duel matches together. So let's
for sure. That sounds fun. Did you say you played with your pops? Is there
not like multiplayer? No, just like
okay, gotcha.
Like when I play games with Dad, usually like I'm holding the controller and he's sitting next to me and like we're just exploring the game together.
It's like
that's how we play games,
right? Yeah. I understand. Okay, that's cool. Well, the last game that I've been playing then, because I've been cleaning up, well, I guess two last games. I cleaned up Champions Ballad. I did want to talk about that a little bit. I did enjoy it. It was really good. There are complaints. I would say that my biggest complaint is that they shouldn't have hyped it so much before it came out, right? Because if they would have just said we have this DLC coming out, they would have never said that there was going to be all this story content. Then our expectations would have been so high. But like Justin said, what was there was really good. I thought, anyways. Yeah, it was just a few more shrines and then another divine beast or whatever. But I enjoyed what was there. So I definitely enjoyed my time with that.
If I can interrupt for a second, my biggest complaint was the way they promoted it. It sounded like it was going to take place after the defeat of Ganon. Well, there's like post-game content. So
they even called it story DLC, and in the end, it was like, I mean, like it was kind of like a microcosm of Breath of the Wild. So I feel like if you liked what Breath of the Wild did, you liked the DLC. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. And I've heard people from both sides on that. But like
gameplay-wise, it was awesome. Story-wise, it was definitely lacking.
Actually, for me, and I'll speak for Mike on this one too, because he's not here right now. But when we were playing it, our biggest complaint was that it was just more shrines. Like we thought it was going to be something kind of different, I guess. But it was shrines, and then you redo the same boss with limited weapons. Like, up until the last thing, which was admittedly fun, like, there wasn't a lot of new content for us, short of, you know, the really challenging shrine puzzles. But the lack of story really kind of hit me hard, like, probably harder than Mike, even. Like, I was kind of expecting that would be kind of like where they tie up loose ends and get things together. Right. But it was just like, here's like a 2-minute cutscene about a champion. And like, that's it. You know?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, that was definitely my biggest fault for sure.
I just want to make it known that like, I was excited for the Champions Ballad DLC in the same way that I was excited for Breath of the Wild. I didn't go into it with like a particularly negative attitude. I just kind of came out of it like that. Cause I was like, okay, I'm bored again. So
right. No, I feel you.
It was what it was, you know.
Real quick, I just want to touch on my last game before we close out. I did get to play some Super Bomberman R because we ended up getting 2 copies of that game because it was on sale. And me and my girlfriend were playing together because it's fine on I don't know if you guys have played multiplayer on the same screen, but it like kind of zooms out like if you go too far away from somebody. Whereas like if you have your own Switch screen and you're like playing multiplayer online or even the single player, it's just easier to see. So we ended up just getting 2 copies and we've been blasting through the single player, and it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun game.
No pun intended.
It's a blast.
Well, if you ever want to play it with us, we have like most of the listeners and most of the co-hosts at this point have the games. Like we get a game together. We almost played that yesterday, but we ended up jumping on Splatoon instead. So
I'm glad you didn't. I would have been mad because I couldn't be there.
I do have to say that I do have some complaints with the game, but they're not nearly as bad as like how enjoyable the game is. You know, like,
that's the thing. Bomberman game. It's just Bomberman. I think my biggest complaint is that when you go online, like the frame rate drops to like 30 frames per second. But short of that, it's like, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna say anything negative, I guess it would be that the maps are kind of uninspiring and like
Yes.
But other than that, I mean, it's Bomberman. It plays like Bomberman.
Exactly.
It plays like a good Bomberman.
Yeah.
So I like it. All right, guys. Well, that is it for Change the System. That is it for the show. Thank you for everybody who stuck around to the end. If you did, you are just, a wonderful person. We do have an executive credit to give out this week. One, Jacob Taylor is now a $100 patron, so we owe him an executive credit since he is an executive producer. He's helping us to produce the show. He's helping us to do what we do. So thank you, Jacob. Thank you to all of our patrons, by the way. But we owe him that executive producer credit as part of his Patreon reward. If you would like to be an executive producer, you can go to patreon.com/Infendo Radio. So with that, who wants to take us away? Mr. Hugh, why don't you start us out?
Mr. Hugh? Oh, Mr. Hugh. That was horrible. Yeah, you can find me all over the internet. I just keep branching out like a freaking spider weaving his web. My Twitter is Mike_DA_parrot. My game design Twitter, where I post all the updates to the game I'm working on, is LucasPeace_, and that Lucas is with a K. My Patreon page, where you can help me fund my game, is patreon.com/HughAdventure. I actually just released like a new version for the $5 patrons, which was really cool to do. Next month will be a lot more involved because I'm going to have a whole month to work on it. But I also have a free demo up. If you want to play that, I can get a link to that going at some point. And I just opened up a Discord page for Hugh Adventure. As mine is the place to give me feedback. So if you want to go to my Discord, which I have linked in our announcements page on our Infendo Discord, if you feel like giving me feedback on there, that's now a viable place to give me feedback. I'm also fine with you messaging me on Patreon or Twitter or anywhere else. But if you've played the game and you want to talk to me about it, that's a place to go do that. So that's my internet life. It's getting bigger and more involved, and I'm having trouble keeping up.
Motion to move Lucas to the end of the line. So those of us
I know. I need to put a timer on the fucking outro. Jesus.
And now that I'm back for the outros, mine are probably going to get just as long with all my projects. So.
Well, then I'm gonna go next.
Go for it.
You can find me at Gentis1 on Twitter. Go, Justin.
Eugene, you want to slip in there before I do my spiel?
Yeah, you can find me at Infendo Eugene on Twitter. You can find everything that Infendo is doing at Infendo. Be sure to check out www.infendo.com to see hopefully not just some casino ads, but also some reviews and some opinion pieces. I know Lucas has been hard at work on the Infendo website this last couple of weeks, so go read some of that stuff. It's been real. And Steve had that dual review with Monster Hunter, so yeah, that was a really good read. So yeah, go check out that stuff too. Justin.
Yeah, I meant just giving your information, not closing out the show before I had a chance to do mine.
See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
I'm dying. Anyway, you can follow me at Infendo Justin. Again, if you're interested in following any of my Disney ramblings, it's at Utilidork on Twitter. Utilidork.com is the website for my blog. I'm planning on expanding that into vlogs and podcasts and all sorts of other stuff in the coming, hopefully, next couple of months. I'm going to Disney World next month, so that'll give me some inspiration. I mentioned movie reviews. I have a movie review page on Facebook if you care. Master Claus Movie Reviews. So
nice. All right. Well, that's it, y'all. I gave all my plugs. Y'all gave. We did it. We're ready to rock and roll. We're out of here. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. I think I'm frozen.
No, you're back. You froze for a couple seconds, but you're back. Or not.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Rest in peace, Eugene. Bye.
Yes, good time to come back.
How are you going to edit that into the end of the show?
That was Infendo Radio is signing off.
Don't worry. In my Audacity notes, it says "sign off." Gotta fucking edit that shit. That's literally what it says.
Infendo Radio now concludes its broadcast day. Dun, 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 dun,
First
dun.
Sunday, I guess, was a success. We actually had at one point a total of 11 viewers. So I think that's more than I've ever seen live. So maybe that's a good
That's
thing.
a full room.
Yeah.
That's like 110% of our viewing capacity.
Well, why don't we say goodbye to our live listeners? See y'all later.
Goodbye.
Until we meet again, my friend.
It's
See you next
bedtime.
week.